G'day and welcome to the Aussie Tech Guy. So this is my first unboxing video, and today I'll be presenting the Opel Mobile Big Button phone. Now this phone has apparently been marketed towards seniors, as it has quite a few interesting features that'll make them quite happy. To start off with, it has a charging cradle, which is pretty much like the deck station here, with just a charging bit on it. There's big buttons on the front, as you can see, for them to easily see. We've got a flashlight, SOS emergency calls. Yes, apparently there's a button on the back of this phone which allows seniors to push the button if they get into a bit of trouble, and that'll ring out to a list of numbers or send text messages or however you set it up to alert anyone about anything that's happened to them. It's got an FM radio, a camera, don't know, alarm clock, internet browser, connects to the 3G network, and it has a calendar. So I purchased this from the Australian Post Office for about $80, which strangely enough was a lot cheaper than pretty much anywhere else I could find it online. But other than that, it's pretty simple, does the job. As you know, most seniors, they just want a phone that just does a few simple operations, and that's basically where this comes in. So let's open the box and find out what we have inside. Yeah. Alright, so just before I open it, this is model OMSBB18B. So what do we have in here? We have, well, the phone and the piece of plastic. So that's probably what most of you want to really look at. So this is the SOS button on the back here, as you can see. The elderly person, what they have to do is just hold on to the button and then it'll send out the alert, so it doesn't send out alerts just by accident. Display, the torch button, camera, you can put a lanyard on it, the flashlight. Alright, what else we got in the box? We have the charger. Let's get that out. So just a normal wall charger. The cradle. Now, as you can see, it's just got 2 pins in there. All it does is just provide a power pass through. The battery. So let's see. This is a 3.7 volt, 800 milliamp hour, 2.96 watt hour battery. Nothing too impressive, but at the same time it'll probably still last quite a while in such a basic phone. And we have the USB charging cable, which is a standard micro USB cable. So if we just unwrap this, and I'll show you how it all sort of goes together. So there's 2 ways that this can actually charge in. You can either plug the charge cable directly into the bottom of the phone, like so, or you can plug the charge cable into the dock and place the phone inside the dock like that. And of course that'll be plugged into the wall or your power input. Alright, so that's basically the story of the phone. Let's power it on and find out what it's like when it's turned on. Here we go. Ah, yeah, so she's got a SIM slot and a micro SD card slot on the inside. Now, you will need to put a micro SD card in there if you wish to take photos, because it has bugger all internal memory. So let's put this SIM card in and see how we go. and turn it on. Opel Mobile. Alright, so first we'll select our language. Looks like it's got quite a few languages in there, doesn't it? So, English. Have to set the date and time. So at the moment it is 14:48. Yes, it needs to be set in 24-hour time. Well, I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's change that. I'll do that later. Alright, so that's all you had to do on the setup of the phone. It's just put the date and time in, and away it goes. As you can see, I have a 3G connection up there. Alright, so let's have a look what else is in the box. We'll just plug that into the charger for now, and it just comes up charger connected. So, we have the warranty card, you know, 12 months warranty, that's pretty standard. And the owner's manual. So if we look through this phone, manual, oh hello, layout of the phone, what each button does, and then it's all pretty much text and telling you how to set up the phone. Storage and data information, write text messages, recording, camera, torch, how to restore factory default settings. So I'm not exactly too impressed with the manual, considering it's targeted towards seniors. Now, I purchased one of these for my grandma. That's how I know what's in the box and everything. But I'm going to be writing up a piece of documentation to replace that, because even as my grandma has read the documentation, she's still, I don't quite know how to use it, because I'll be putting in pictures and everything like that. Anyway, so let's go through the phone and see what we have. Charger removed. Unlock. Yeah. Alright, so if we click on menu, what do we have in here? We have messages, phone book, call center, multimedia, file manager, that's a weird services, SOS, and your settings, organizer. So let's go start at the very beginning. Messages. Write a message. Oh no, we've got one message here. Now, one thing I didn't like about this was there's way too many options to try and reply to a text message. It had few too many screens in there that I would have not really granted as needed under most day-to-day operations. So we open this message. So we have to view it first. Then it will come up, yes, welcome to Optus, da da da. But then if we want to reply, it's again reply, and then start sending your message. So select. In my personal opinion, that should just be go to your inbox, or just open your messages, and there's your messages. Yeah. And then click on once to open the message. You know, that's kind of how we operate phones these days. Makes it a lot easier. There's a couple of intermittent screens which I don't really personally believe need to be there. You guys might have a different opinion, but that's just mine. Alright, sending a text message, well, you know, it's just the normal method. Second, we have our phone book. Again, too many screens. When we open the phone book, remember, this is targeted towards seniors. It should just be open phone book, boom, there's all your contacts. But this one we have to go through two separate phone books, which I don't know why they can't be combined with each other. Call center. What's that all about? Call history, yep. Call settings, call waiting, you know, all the carrier options and stuff like that. Multimedia. So this is how we get into the camera. Which is a bit, yes, it makes sense, but see, we got a bit of a potato cam going on here, but it works. If I take a photo of the box. Well, let me take a photo. Nope. I have to. It won't let me take a photo because I haven't got a SIM card in there, I think. Let's go back to multimedia. So we've got the gallery, there's nothing in there. Video recorder, video player, audio player, sound recorder, FM radio. Now, this FM radio requires headphones. That is a pretty old school way of doing it. Because as you well know, or a lot of you probably will know, there are mobile phones out there that do have an FM radio in them, which do not require headphones to be plugged in. So this is obviously this type of FM radio which requires the headphones to act as an antenna as well as the speakers. Now, if I was a senior, when I go into the FM radio, I wouldn't mind just having the radio just sitting there, blarting itself out of the main speaker on the phone. File manager. That's pretty neat. It tells you immediately how much space and everything is available on the phone. Options, so we can format other random stuff that's all the way in there. Services, internet service. So that's all we have inside services. Why couldn't that just be internet? Let's go to home page, www, connection failed. Yeah, it hasn't got my ISP settings to be able to use. Okay, so that's pretty basic, normal. SOS, now this is probably the part that every one of you are probably interested in. So I'll spend a little bit of time on this to actually show you how this works. So first setting, we have the SOS mode. We can turn that on and off. That's regarding the back button on there. So first we can configure the text message that gets sent out to your contacts. So at the moment that's just set to emergency, please help me. Yep. SOS number. So we have 3, 4, 5 numbers it can scroll through to alert anyone about any SOS situations. So if we just add numbers, we can either add numbers from the phone book or, you know, just add phone book. Yeah, so we have 5 in there. That'll be interesting. I'm not actually going to push the button because that's going to send out all sorts of weird, strange stuff. So as you can see, we've got 5 contacts in there. Now what it will do... Oh yes, sorry. We also have an outgoing voice service as well. Which what that'll do is it'll try ring one number. When that number fails, it'll try and ring the next. When that fails, it'll try and ring the next, and just keep cycling around until someone eventually picks up the phone. So at the moment, if we just default and then play.
This is an emergency call. To accept this call, press 0.
I'll just play that again so then you can hear that better.
This is an emergency call. To accept this call, press 0.
Alright, so that's the default message. You can actually also record your own message in there if you want to make it a bit more personal. And that'll just, as I said, cycle around until someone eventually picks up the phone to find out what's going on. Alright, so that's basically how the SMS service works. It'll also send out text messages as well to all the numbers. So if we look in the box here, just double check I'm right. Text and multimedia messages, video player. Stop it. Alright, settings. Boost control, tone control, phone settings, connectivity, restore factory defaults. So this can actually do volume boosting and everything for people who are a bit hard of hearing, which you'd expect that in the senior's phone. Alright, organizer. Calendar, tasks. Now why is the calculator in there? That's a bit of a strange place to put a calculator. Yeah. Yep, and we use these 4 buttons here to plus 12. Okay. Alright. Organizer. What else is in there? Tasks. Nothing in there. Add a task. Yep, so that on that doing this. Okay. Alright, so you can put tasks and alarms in there to remind you to do things at certain times. An alarm. And that's pretty much it for that phone. Concept is good. I like the idea. I like the feel of it. The features that are put into it are excellent, except there's just a couple too many screens that you have to go through to do some basic operations. The torch also, I'm not sure if it's, yeah. See, it's a hold button in to turn the torch on, hold button to turn torch off. Which, however, if the phone is locked, let me just try this. Lock. Need to wait for it to lock. If I remember right, it requires you to unlock the phone before you can turn the torch on. Now the torch is also done by a long button press, so it seems like a bit of a double hit to try and get the torch on, if that makes sense. Well, there we go, keypad locked. Now if I hold the torch button in, yeah, see, the torch is not coming on unless I unlock the phone first and then hold the torch button on, and then the torch will come up. Torch is not bad. It's quite adequate if you just want to use it just for simply finding your keys to unlock your door. Quite easy for that. Hold the button in again to turn it off. Alright, so there you have it. This is the Opel big button phone. Not the greatest senior's phone, but it's still not bad. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. I'll be covering all sorts of different tech videos, not just phones, but anything I can pretty much get my hands on, and I'll look at it, review it, and tell you what I think of it. Alright, please like and subscribe to the Aussie Tech Guy.